Hello, hello. If you're watching this video, you are here to learn about the new Google Analytics property, Google For. If you use Google Analytics already and you have for a while, you probably have Universal Analytics. But you might also have Google For if you've used it after 2020. So I'm going to show you where to find your Google Analytics code and how to install it on a bunch of different websites. Let's get started by making sure that you have a Google Analytics account and get you logged in. So the first thing that we're going to do is go to Google Analytics. Woo! All right, so you can see free Google Analytics right here. You'll click on that and you can click use it for free. I'll make my face a little smaller to get started. If you don't have a Google Analytics account, when you go here, you'll click start measuring, name your account, and check off what you want. Now, I already have a Google Analytics account and I'm logged in, so it logged me in right away. What we can see here is that I don't have a property set up on my website. I redesigned it recently on a new host, so it's not pulling any data. I will show you how to set it up there shortly, but first things first, let's go ahead and we are going to go down to admin. Let me move my face. And under admin, I don't need to create a new account, but I do want to create a new property. You can see that I have a Universal Analytics code. They're prefaced by UA, and what we want is a G code. So I'm going to create a new property. And the first thing we're going to look at is property setup. You can see it's a Google For Analytics property. Now I'm not going to remove my UA property, I'm going to add this to it. That way when they phase it out, which you can see at the top of my screen is going to be July 2023, this one's already been pulling data, so I won't experience a big loss in analytics. Okay, and then we're going to make sure I would like to report in the Chicago time zone. That's where my brick and mortar business is based, and then you can look at a few other options here. All right, so I don't need to create a Universal Analytics property because I already have one, but it is something you can have both installed on your website if you want it. All right, about your business is going to be next. So just so you can see it, it's asking some size information. Now this is information that Google might share, but no worries on my side. They already have all of my information already. So you would just pick your category. I'm going to do arts and entertainment. And we are a small business. And then you can just sort of let them know how you're going to use the property. So I'm going to do all of these things because it's true. And then you'll click create. If you are brand new to the account, you will have to accept their terms of use. Let them know what it is that you want to hear from them about. Okay, now that you have your property, they'll give you a quick tour of it, which I'll let you go through on your own because I already know about this, but this is how you kind of look through everything. And then you want to connect it to an actual asset. So I'm going to do it for web because that's what I'm connecting. So I'm going to click web, and my website is, I'm totally fine with advanced measurement. I'm going to create a stream. All right, so now it's just confirming all of this information, and you can use site tags, or some web hosts will let you just install a measurement ID. So take a look at all of this information. You want to make sure as well that you know what your host needs. I'm going to be covering Squarespace, Wix, WordPress, and Webflow in this video, so we'll take a look at all of those. If you have a different one, a quick Google search will show you that as well. So the first one we're going to go to is Squarespace because I'm a Squarespace designer and they get first preference. I will be implementing a different property tag because I'm actually updating a client's website. You won't see her information, but you will see where to go. So let's pause this tutorial real quick and then I will pull her tag and I'll be back. The one thing you do want to do is make sure you copy this measurement ID for Squarespace. So where you find that to review, in case you've already created it, is right here under Data Streams. You click on it and then you copy your measurement ID. And then we'll go over to Squarespace. So now we're inside Squarespace on a desktop. You probably can't do this from your phone, and even if you can, I don't recommend it because it's going to be a pain in the butt. So what you're going to go do is pull up Settings, and then all the way at the bottom under Advanced. And then you're going to use an external API key. You can see it has a place for Google Analytics already. So if you've copied it, you'll just paste it. On Mac, it's Command V. In this site, we already had a UA property. So to add a Google Analytics property, I pasted it in front, added a comma, and then I kept the UA. You can see that's also a very recommended way of doing that. So that's if you already have a property and you're adding to it. And then if you are an Amazon associate, you have a Google reCAPTCHA key, you can add those here as well. But it's literally that simple. So you'll hit save. And then you'll go back to your analytics and we'll just close this web stream. It will take a little bit of time to pull data. It doesn't refresh every second. So you'll check back in on this. I recommend checking back in on it in an hour or so. If you do want to use a site tag, you can add a header code into your Squarespace website. You don't need to because you added an API key, but we'll cover that just for safety. So going back into Squarespace, you want to go back over here. You can see code injection. And this is where you would put that code if you were using code injection. So you would just copy this as a global site tag, go to Squarespace, paste it here into the header, and then you're done. So that's how you set it up on Squarespace. Let's take a look at setting it up on WordPress. If you have a WordPress website, the easiest way to add Google Analytics is to use Google Sitekit. It's a plugin. And you can see that it's going to pull all of that information. It's also going to update the property automatically. And you do not need to do their stats. Okay, so let's take a look here at what's been happening. You can see that the API is working just fine. But if you wanted to do page header injection, here's how you do it. You will need to do a plugin. So if you go to plugins here, you can see if you have a header and footer injection plugin already. And you would look through, they're alphabetized. So you can just look through here. There's no header footer injection. So you would add a new plugin. And there are all kinds of options here. I usually go with the ones that are free and reliable. So if you're using Elementor, this is easy enough, but we don't need to build a header and footer block. We do need to add extra scripts. So let's go ahead and install this one. Insert headers and footers is also highly recommended. It's whatever you want to do. And the other thing you can look for, to be honest, because this one was updated more recently, I'm going to activate this one for my client. And then we'll go ahead and use it to insert the code. So you'll go over to settings and then insert headers and footers. You can see I've already inserted a pixel code for this client, but we are going to insert another code. So I'm going to hit enter here and then we'll go back to analytics and we're going to add a global site tag and then paste it. And now you have this inserted into the header. sure that everything is saved. And that's all you have to do for this one. All right, now we're going to take a look at inserting this into Wix. For Wix, they also have some internal tracking of data, but I still like to install Google Analytics to Wix. So we're going to come down into Settings, and then scroll to the bottom here, Advanced and Custom Code. Now you can see that I do have this already installed, but it's a UA, so I want to add a custom code, and then I'm going to come back into the analytics, come down to the global site tag, and copy. These codes do not fight each other, and then I'm just going to name it Google 4 so that I know which one it is. You're going to load code to all pages and apply. So now we have both. And it's as simple as that. In Webflow, you'll go ahead and go to the three dots here and Settings. Under Settings, you have all of these options. I'm going to go to Integrations, and you can see Google Analytics. So I have a Google 4 and a UA code. I'm going to update both of those. There are two different properties in my site, so I'm going to come back here. And to pull my UA code, I went to the property and property settings, and then I'm just going to copy that code, go back to Webflow, and add this one as well. And then all you have to do is click Save Changes and Publish. And then your UA and your Google 4 code will be working on the site. I hope this helped. Now you know how to install Google 4 or Universal Analytics onto your website. This video was created with Loom. I'm a Loom partner, so if you want to learn more about that and how you can use free screen recording or professional screen recording for your business, just check out the information in the caption of this video. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you next time to help you increase your online presence and reach your people through your digital media.